The reason why I'm doing a second take on this video, because I know that there are people out there who may be thinking to themselves that um, maybe the reason why, just to debunk this idea that maybe the reason why some Polynesians or Samoans and Tongans who do not have Austronesian or Taiwanese or Melanesian ancestry is because maybe the DNA test cannot go too far back. Maybe it can only go about, maybe what, 500, 600 years back in your ancestry. So I thought to myself, to try and debunk that by doing the reverse of the Samoan and Tongan, Samoans and Tongans who have no ancestry, no Fijian or Melanesian black ancestry, and try to test other Polynesians and Fijians and see if we look in their results that if within the first 1,000 years or whatever you may say, would it show any connection to Polynesia or Southeast Asia? So I tried my best to find um, videos about Fijians, and it's really hard. I have no idea why they don't have that many DNA tests, but I have two samples right here, and the first one is this one over here. Her DNA test, Pacific Islander tag Austronesian. Is she Austronesian? Well, let's find out.
And it's pretty cool. So I'm going to share with you guys quickly. The first one is 0.3% Sub-Saharan African.
So there you go. Shows that she's got a little bit of Bantu in her.
0.2% of that is Southeast African, and 0.1% of that is broadly North African.
So
I
she's
haven't been able to pinpoint exactly where, but that's what that's what shows up on my
yeah.
DNA.
See, shows in your DNA exactly.
And then it shows 14.
So why is it that in her DNA she's got some Negro blood within her? Well, how come?
0.4% Melanesian on.
Yeah, 4% Melanesian. That's a lot of what Polynesians are like. This whole idea that we're 20 or 40% black Melanesian, peeing me off. It's a bad representation of a lot of Polynesian people out there.
23andMe, it says Melanesia was first peopled by voyagers over 45,000 years ago when the ancestors of indigenous Australians and Papuans arrived from Indonesia. Some people say Africa. They were the first group of people who migrated out of Africa. So I don't really know. I haven't really done my research on it. Don't come barking in my comments about how wrong I am, but that's just what I've been reading. I need to do more study, but it's really cool. 14.4% Melanesian. So it just, before this DNA
So she's 14% Melanesian. Okay.
stuff came out, people were saying this already, that Tongans are a mixture of Melanesian and Asian. And then I have 15.5% European. It says 2.8% broadly European, 2.4% Southeastern European. This is probably the biggest one I had in the European section, is 4.9% Northwestern European. And it says that they can't pinpoint where, but I know that my great grandmother Emmeline, his father was born in Denmark, but he was Norwegian. And the last name Hansen, I know you guys know the last name in Tonga, but that's my great grandmother's maiden name. And her mother was a Lindell, and she was born in Ireland. So Irish,
Get this enough.
1% French and German in Ukraine. So I don't know what side, but we're like fifth or sixth cousins. I don't know.
So
I don't have the guts to ask them yet.
so she's probably about 14% got black DNA in her, and maybe 14% white.
But I have over 1,500 relatives that I'm related to on 23andMe. It has these sales. Been saying, I know people have different theories and they've been fighting about it for years, but they say that Polynesians are a mixture of Melanesian and East Asian, and this just proves it right here. 69% East Asian and Native American. I don't know how, but I think Native Americans and East Asians share a common.
Did you hear that? This is evidence right over here. First time I'm listening to this. Native American is in her DNA. Okay? Native American.
DNA, that's why it pops up on mine. 66.1% of that is showing Filipino and Austronesian, but they're able to pinpoint ancestors that lived in the island of Vava'u and Tonga and also the island of Samoa, and I'm seeing a lot of Samoan relatives on my DNA. I don't know who's Samoan in my family, but
So this is what we Samoans keep trying to say. Samoans, Tongans, we're all related. We're all related. Doesn't matter. We are family. That's why a lot of Samoans and Tongans look a lot alike. And right here, this is what you may say. I keep trying to say that if you got like 14% or 20% Melanesian ancestry in you, well, most likely it will show in your nose. It's not anything bad or anything like that, but you'll probably see a feature, whether it be on the hair, nose, lips, whatever. You'll probably see some Melanesian or Negro feature on your nose or your hair. And here, right over here, right? If you look at this Fijian right here, do you think if you looked at them that you'll think that they have Polynesian ancestry? This right here, if you look at the face of these men, this is what you get as a Blasian. I keep trying to say it million times over. That's what you call Blasian right there. Okay? They're talking Fijian. Okay? This is probably the only video I can find on the Fijian DNA. But I'm only going to show you in the video what his ethnic breakdown is. And you can see right over here, Polynesian, he's about 37% Polynesian, 28% Papua New Guinean, and 18% Melanesian. And look over here, he has European ancestry in him, just like Samoans, and he's got some Asian ancestry in him. This is why I keep saying that the out of Tawain theory is bullshit, because I keep trying to say that that Melanesians and Asians, yeah, they may have a connection, but not oh, I forget what I'm trying to say. But you can see right here, he's got 1% South American, and he's got 10% European ancestry in him. Look at his mix, right over here. So all I'm trying to point out in this video is that when I did the DNA test of Samoans, and Tongans, they had zero Melanesian ancestry in them. Zero. And look over here. These Fijians over here, they have at least 37% Polynesian ancestry in them. The end.